Right, so into early February. So it's been about 6 weeks since the last video. I've not achieved half of what I thought I was going to. The weather's not been too bad down here, but it's been wet, it's been quite cold, it's just been miserable. I think you can see down there that I managed to clear out the Montbretia. I broke up the bulbs or corns or whatever they're called and replanted them just a little bit deeper so that they would not fall over. Here you can see the bluebells are still struggling along, just looking messy. I've heavily pruned this rose back, it just seems to get more and more leggy every year, but I've done this with all the roses this year because they just do seem to put up one bit of growth and then give up the ghost. It actually looks pretty terrible because there's mess everywhere. The rubbish dump up the back that I was going to be clearing, I've actually added to, and that is because down this side here I've been progressively clearing the ivy away and pruning back some of these shrubs. Down here you can see where I've been digging up Montbretia. It's just all a bomb site, but hopefully it'll get somewhere. This is a tree. I think it's a walnut, but hello Mr. Parrot, welcome to my country. So the overall situation here is not much different from before. I think I've bitten off more than I can chew really. I should have just stuck with doing one side, but as we come along, this area here there's all the spare stones ready for stone requirements. This area here is now a lot more open. You can see back to the fence, you can see the differentiation, the gap between the different plants, and then you can see where they've ended up. This lot here is all black currants, raspberries. I don't need that many, that's going to get moved back a bit. But you see here the effect of rotivating in the leaves and the general debris. That's beginning to rot down now, and I'm regularly rotivating that in. Up along here, nothing's changed. It's just incredible. But there, I've made a start on bringing that bed back into civilization. So the major plants are being dug out of there. It's been rotivated. And what I shall do, again, as the soil's built up over the years, that all wants to spill onto the path, so I'll be digging some of that from there, across to there, and in turn over to there, and then probably against that fence. Apart from a new little pile of clippings, trimmings, prunings, this area here is coming on quite well. That's where the dahlias were last year. That's been well rotivated, and a lot of leaves, humus and everything have been put into that. Again there, that's something that I forgot about. Some more Montbretia. I really need to get them split up and dug back in. But I want to keep this area as much as possible just for the dahlias. So up there I'll be dumping some Montbretia. Some of it I think I'm going to have to throw away. And I'll just step onto the dirt so I can get a view here. Now that was just one solid wall, and it has been for a few years now, where you get these big long leggy pulpy sort of half tree half weed type plants like Lavateria and lilac, and there's an example there. The majority of it's dead, but that was filling that gap up there. So there was no actual clear space between these shrubs, the holly, etc. So that's at least one area which is beginning to come on this year. And the rose, it's quite heavily pruned back, still a bit leggy. Now these small trees I wanted to dig up, but I think I've run out of energy at the moment, and one of the main pressing things is now that we're into February, and you can see today that it's quite sunny, so things are going to start coming to life. So my priorities have got to shift away from landscaping and redistribution and grand plans like that. I've got to get ready for stuff to start sprouting. Now down there, those gooseberry bushes, they're going to come out because this is the area that I just want to be packed full of dahlias, and it's the area where I want to put my polytunnel. And I want to put the polytunnel up in the next couple of weeks, so it's in before the end of February, early March, and then I can get the dahlias kicked off. Incidentally, down there was a red hot poker. I dug that up one rainy day. I cut it in half with a tree saw, and now there's one down there and one down there. So hopefully what we will see, and I'm not too sure about this, but what we will see is two red hot pokers there, hopefully growing, and symmetry will be restored. See the daffodils coming up. There's all sorts coming up. That rose, which was 6 foot tall, is quite considerably shorter now, and I'm hoping that that'll give it a sort of a boost. And not much more to say up here. This conifer in the foreground here, you can see that it's actually grown beyond the first line of boulders. And after a lot of heart searching, soul searching, I think I'm going to lose that, so that you can see the terraces behind. And up there, mainly I'll be planting some of the stuff which I'm going to be relocating from elsewhere. There's some really beautiful little plants around here, so I'll just pick on one. Down there, there's a miniature iris. Or it might not be so miniature if it was declumpified, dispersed. Down there, you can see that they're all stuck under other plants. In there, there's another one under that box hedge. That hydrangea that I was going to move, I've had a bit of a go at it, but it seems pretty solid to me. I'm skirting around that issue at the moment, but a lot will be in line with what I said in the December video. Down there, not much done really. Rose pruned, main rose pruned, and that's it for the back garden, February 2015.